Good day, everyone. Here's another video recorded lesson in reading and writing skills. And the topics that I'm going to discuss in this video are thesis statement, topic sentence, and supporting details. But before I proceed to the content of this discussion, I will present first the lesson objectives. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to differentiate thesis statement, topic sentence, and supporting details from one another. Write a thesis statement, topic sentence, and supporting details effectively. So it is important to know what are these concepts in writing a paragraph or an essay. It's because these are the content that you're going to provide in order to write a good essay. So first, let's discuss what is a thesis statement. It tells the reader how you will interpret the significance of the subject matter under discussion. So this means that the thesis statement is a claim of value regarding the subject matter being talked about in an essay or writing composition. It is a roadmap for the paper. In other words, it tells the reader what to expect from the rest of the paper. So your thesis statement is like a bird's eye view of the content you will read in the essay or writing composition. It directly answers the question asked of you. A thesis is an interpretation of a question or subject, not the subject itself. So your thesis statement answers the question being asked in the writing activity. This means that it provides your position or stand about emotion in an issue. It makes a claim that others might dispute. So since a thesis statement is a claim of value, this means that it is an opinion, which other might not agree with it. It is usually a single sentence near the beginning of your paper, most often at the end of the first paragraph, that presents your argument to the reader. The rest of the paper, the body of the essay, gathers and organizes evidence that will persuade the reader of the logic of your interpretation. So the thesis statement is usually located at the end of the introductory paragraph, and the body of the essay revolves around it. So all the ideas are interconnected and related to the thesis statement. Examples. Social media impacts public awareness in both positive and negative ways. Because not every voice on social media is reliable, people have become much more critical consumers of information and more informed voters. So as you can see, these examples imply opinions about an issue, or these are claims of value of a particular issue. So let's proceed to how to write an effective thesis statement. Okay, first, it should be written in a complete sentence. So thesis statement should contain a complete thought. Okay, for example, computers can help a teacher effectively impart the lesson and research information. It should not be too narrow or too broad, and it should contain at least complete details. So you need to be concise and you have to condense all the ideas you want to discuss in your essay. For example, in the history of the Philippines, People Power One was one of the major events which changed our country, especially the culture, structure, and politics of the Philippines. Next, avoid an awkward thesis statement which states the obvious. These thesis statements usually start with the phrases, I will tell you, or I will talk about. So this means that you have to avoid being conversational or sounds like you are going to deliver speech in your essay, because speech and essay have different structures. So example, an increase in the number of squatters in Metro Manila can be attributed to the effects of overpopulation and gentrification. So that is an example of a good thesis statement which avoids using those phrases, such as I will tell you or I will talk about. Next is enumerated details should have the same level of significance. So if the ideas in your thesis statement can be packed into a single idea, then better do it that way in order to avoid being wordy. Okay, for example, overseas Filipino workers or OFWs help raise the country's economy, add more revenues, and promote the hospitality of Filipinos. So uh, the first thesis statement, the one that read, is problematic in terms of the words used in a sentence, since revenues can be attributed to economy. So it's not necessary anymore to mention revenue. So in order to correct it, the second sentence is the better one, which is overseas Filipino workers or of Ws help raise the country's economy and promote the hospitality of Filipinos. Next, it should not state an absolute fact because it will present any central idea that can be developed further. So a thesis statement is not a claim of fact, it is a claim of value. Hence, avoid giving facts only. Rather, give an opinion about the subject matter or the issue. For example, Rizal Park is located in Manila. So this is an absolute fact, which means that you cannot use it as a thesis statement. It's because it's not a claim of value. So in order to correct it, you can add your opinion about the topic. For example, Rizal Park, which is located in Manila, is a reminder of our nationalism and revolution. Then let's proceed to the topic sentence. A topic sentence is the most important sentence in a paragraph. Sometimes referred to as a focus sentence, the topic sentence helps organize the paragraph by summarizing the information in the paragraph. In formal writing, the topic sentence is usually the first sentence in a paragraph, although it doesn't have to be. So the topic sentence is like the synthesis of a paragraph. It summarizes the whole content of the paragraph. It gives an idea what is the paragraph all about. A topic sentence essentially tells readers what the rest of the paragraph is about. All sentences after it have to give more information about that sentence, prove it by offering facts about it, or describe it in more detail. So all the ideas in the paragraph are all connected to the topic sentence. So the supporting details are specific information to elaborate the topic sentence. So in writing the topic sentence, first, it should follow the basics already discussed in the thesis statement, which means that the topic sentence is relevant to the thesis statement. It should contain one detail which is related to one of the details in the thesis statement. So the topic sentence should talk about one of the details in the thesis statement. It should vary in structure across paragraphs. So this means that you can either use deductive or inductive order in writing a paragraph. So if the composition is just one paragraph, the topic sentence should be straightforward. So this means that you need to be direct in writing your topic sentence. Okay, next is the supporting details. The term supporting details can be defined as additional information that explains, defines, or proves an idea. So supporting details are used to elaborate the major ideas in an essay presented in the thesis statement and topic sentences. The idea behind supporting details is simple. It's all about providing information to explain and bolster your opinion, claim, or belief. How did you reach the conclusion or opinion reach? The surest, simplest way to convince someone else to see it your way is to provide them with the same information you used to reach that decision. So supporting details are important to strengthen your claims or opinions and substantiate your arguments in order to provide logical and rational reasoning. So it can also give further information for more elucidation of the topic or the subject matter. And that's the end of the discussion. And I hope that you've learned something in this video.